welcome to Working Week. We're just enjoying the sunshine here in Nottingham.
Yeah, and we're looking back on some of the best programmes so far.
We'll be meeting the Not company that's come up with a pretty revolutionary product.
In place of spokes, we have 3 carbon composite springs.
We'll be talking to a lady that created a business through having to deal with their children's food allergies.
I'd say go for it, just go for it, never give up. There are so many obstacles in the way, but if you really want it, fight for it and you'll get it.
I'll be finding out what type of business you would set up.
Because I'm into music and that, I would basically open up like a next studio.
Good afternoon, You Energy, Kelly speaking. How can I help?
The energy company moving its headquarters to Nottingham and bringing new jobs to the city.
The people of Nottingham meet with our ethos. They're hard-working, reliable. There's a plethora of employment within Nottingham, and we're looking to attract some of the best people in Nottingham to come and work for us.
And I'll be asking, what is so good about Nottingham? Why would any business want to move here?
It's got 2 universities, so the kids bring a different element to it. It's just got loads to offer. Old, young, whatever you want to do, it's here.
Because it's constantly growing, more people are moving here. There's hundreds and thousands of students here every year.
The antiques restorer who is making a pipe for the new Tarzan film.
My items will hopefully be on the movies, so look out for a pipe, a tobacco pipe.
All that to come, but I must admit, one of my favourite stories so far is pie.
Pies, I remember that, yeah. Well, Des went behind the scenes at the Pork Farms factory and he really enjoyed it.
Nothing says hygiene like a yellow hairnet. I'm in the gluten-free department and we're going to talk to some of the employees. So what do you do now, Simon?
I'm going to start the line now.
Well, can I start the line?
No,
please.
No.
Simon, please.
All right, then, go on then.
Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. James, how long have you worked here?
I've worked here about 5 years now, Des, yeah. Love it here. It's the people that make the business and the great products we've got now as well. So,
show us around a bit then, mate.
Okay.
So, Sophie, tell me, how long have you been here?
About 14 months now.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I do. It's interesting. Every day's different.
So what is it about a pie that excites you?
It's got to have a nice crisp pastry and lots of filling.
You know when you will go out onto the street and you see a pie in a shop and you go, I helped make that. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's satisfying actually. I quite like having an element, like a sort of something attainable, something that you can see rather than something that you've written.
We love pies. We love pies, don't we?
Yeah, we love pies.
Yeah, we do.
We have a few sites. Our main one here, Riverside Bakery, is based in Nottingham, but we have another 3 sites around the country. We make all our own pastry on site. We do short crust and puff pastry and gluten-free pastry now as well. Short crust is all like a 1 mix fill. Our puff pastry is a French method and it's laminated on site.
So I take it when you get home, are you sick of making pastry or do you get straight on and make some more pies?
No, I don't tend to eat too many pies and quiche outside of work now. The quality here is really good, so friends and family are always asking for samples. All the fillings are nice and tender. Any meats we use are all very British. And it's all about good quality ingredients.
What puts that smile on your face?
Because I always enjoy my work.
It's a great atmosphere here, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Great people to work with. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, that's it.
How many pies do you get out a day, do you know?
This line is maximum about 10,000 pies.
10,000 a day?
Yeah, a day. Yeah.
Who eats all those pies?
Oh, lots of people around the world. Or maybe in England.
Yeah. My pie.
Your pie, no good.
No good.
Let's take a look now at a Nottinghamshire company based near Allerton that's come up with a revolutionary new idea, which it's selling around the world.
The loop wheel is our innovation in cycling. It's a bicycle wheel with integral suspension. So we have a standard hub, a standard rigid rim, and in place of spokes, we have 3 carbon composite springs. So if I put the brakes on and push down, you should be able to see a slight movement in the springs. One of the challenges of developing a carbon composite spring like this is to get the right balance between compression so that the spring does move when you hit an obstacle, but without it being too soft and too bouncy. So far, we have sold most of our wheels for export. In Southeast Asia, in Japan, in Singapore, 20-inch small wheel bicycles are really popular and very much more common than they are in Europe. And so we've got a lot of interest in our wheels. When you have a true innovation, you put your life and soul into it, and it can take a long time to develop. The development of the loop wheel took probably over 5 years. We live in North Nottinghamshire, near Sherwood Forest, and actually at the end of our road is a place that sells archery bows. We made a connection between our springs and archery bows, because archery bows have used composite materials and carbon in particular for quite some years. It's great to be part of selling something that's so innovative, a British invention, to the rest of the world.
Inspiration for business can come in many forms. Let's meet a Woollerton woman who set up a company after coping with her own children's food problems.
My name's Nikki Caramanley and my business is Food Freedom Limited. What we do is education and training on food allergies, intolerance and celiac disease.
Peppers, isn't it? Pepper sauce.
Pepper once.
Yeah, you're going to spread some on your pizza base.
Okay.
Feeding the kids is tough enough when they're fussy eaters, but if they have food intolerances, it's even worse.
Both my children have multiple food intolerances and allergies, and we found it really difficult eating out. My daughter especially had quite a difficult time at school, so I just wanted to train and educate food businesses how to cater for children and for people like mine, and educate schools so the children have a better time and their friends have more understanding of the illness.
So I finish this up and then you can sprinkle all the cheese on in a minute.
Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle.
For Mum, Nikki, coping with the problems gave her the idea for her own business.
It's been developed over the past year. I entered a competition with the University of Nottingham a year ago, which I actually won. It was like a Dragon's Den style competition, and I was promoting the business and the business idea, in which I won funding to get the business idea developed. And then from that I got into another project, Social Incubator North, which provided me with a business mentor and funding. So over the past year I've basically been developing the business, and I'm now at the point ready to launch and to get started with the training.
And you need to spread yours out a bit, look, not all in the same place.
Nikki's company, Food Freedom, advises restaurants and schools on how to deal with food intolerances, which, if they get it wrong, can prove fatal.
It's 45% of the UK population have food intolerance, and it's getting much bigger, it's growing daily, and we just need to get awareness out there about it. There's no reason why schools and food businesses shouldn't be able to cater for people like my children. Education's all that they need.
Thank you.
Setting up her own business has also helped Nikki to provide a better life for her children.
Pizza's ready.
The best part for me so far is just being able to make a difference. My children to have a better future, to be able to go out. My daughter's already having a better time at school because they have awareness there now. Just seeing the difference in my children and knowing that everybody else who's affected like they are can have a more normal life, which is all that they want really.
And with tough new regulations on the labelling of restaurant food coming in December, Nikki's expecting her business to be even more in demand.
So if you were going to start your own business, what would it be?
Because I'm into music and that, I would basically open up like a next studio, but like based in town or something, and like just work with like people who want to like record music and do music producing, etc. So like obviously, because Nottingham's got quite a lot of talent, to be honest.
You can introduce something new, you know, new kind of food, because people are foodie nowadays. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Some kind of new dish or...
Continental dish or something.
Continental dish.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it comes to running your own business or creating a business, what are the pitfalls?
Obviously money, the high risk, gamble. I know if you're going to be happy and made the right choice.
And how do people avoid those pitfalls, would you say?
Oh. Doing your research first and knowing if it's going to work. Having the money behind you and having a good think about it before you do take the risk.
I think it's always a good climb to start your own business, and the problem is that you need a certain amount of capital to do that.
Competition would stop me from doing it because there's a lot of competition now in the market.
What business would it be?
Probably nails or something. I'd probably go into that.
I would create an airline company that was a private jet that flew out clients from England, specifically the East Midlands clients, to Italy or France, and do tours with them and bring them back. So I'd like to have a private jet that does that.
The startup costs for that would be immense. I mean,
yeah, I've got lots of money, so it's fine. No, that would obviously be one of the problems with it, but at the same time, I think the business should be exciting. It should be, you know, Richard Branson was probably sat there one day and said something similar. So if we're not going to think big, then big things won't happen. So we'll give that a go.
That's it for now, but we'll be back for more in the second half.
And while we're away, don't forget, if you want to get in touch, drop us a line at news@workingweektv.com. news@workingweektv.com. See you in a short while. Welcome back to Working Week,
your business programme for Nottingham. And in this half, we'll be meeting the antiques restorer who's turned his hobby into a business.
The most interesting about my new job is history and learning. My items have grown not only in numbers but in quality.
We'll be finding out what help is available if you want to do the same thing.
It could be help with signposting you to government agencies, or it could be just understanding a bit more about talking through problems or ideas that they might have.
But first, on a day like this, who wouldn't want to bring their business to Nottingham?
And Jane Dodge has been along to see an energy company that's moving lock, stock and barrel into the city.
Thanks, Rob. I don't know about you, but I seem to spend my life reminding my kids to switch off appliances like kettles, computers, lights, in an attempt to save the pennies. Not that it's done much good in the last few years. Fuel prices have just gone up and up and up. But a new energy supplier has just opened an office in Nottingham, and it's telling local businesses it can save them money. It's called U-Energy, and it's taken 2 years to get up and running. It's aiming to shake up a fiercely competitive market and comes hot on the heels of changes designed to make it easier and quicker to switch suppliers. U-Energy currently employs 22 people, with plans to increase that to 60 in the future. Based at Nottingham Business Park near junction 26 of the M1, its office was officially opened by the city's Lord Mayor earlier this month. Well, the man behind this new venture is Bobby Callar, and I'm joined by him now. Bobby, what marks you out? What makes you different to any of the big six energy suppliers?
Well, we think the big six have lost touch with their customers, the people who they have committed to serve. Here at U-Energy, we treat the customer as an individual. So what we want to do is make sure that the customer is signing contracts and getting into an obligation that they know and agree, and not being rolled over or renewed or given complicated end dates, contract end dates. I think what we are attempting to do is help the customer so that they can work on their business as opposed to working on something which is really a necessity within their business.
So if both of you want to just have a look at this.
It's Glenn Deacon's first day at U-Energy.
This is quite helpful. Let me send you this link. Now you're on emails.
He's getting some training before he starts for real as a sales advisor. It'll be his job to persuade businesses to switch to U-Energy.
You're paying a little bit more than you should be. Maybe you're paying 4 pence per kilowatt hour. It really does range.
Glenn, it's your first day in the job. How are you feeling?
Quite nervous. Getting used to learning something new.
What was it about U-Energy that appealed to you to come work here?
It's a new business starting up. Obviously coming in, setting up a brand new office like we're setting up now, kind of building a team around us instead of us coming in and joining an existing team. So we're fresh-faced, all of us. We're just literally all coming in and learning at the same time.
Good afternoon, U-Energy, Kelly speaking. How can I help?
Not everyone is new here.
Hello, Mr. Joe Howe.
Kelly Darlington has been with the company for 4 years. What do you like in particular about working for U Energy?
It's very fresh, it's got a really family environment and a family feel. Everybody's really friendly, it's really fun to work here.
A standing charge is a daily charge.
I know mine was 14p a day.
U Energy is planning to take on more staff, including 2 apprentices, in the next few months. It hopes to have 6,000 customers on its books by 2019.
A meter reading, yes, I can take that for you.
What is it in particular about Nottingham in terms of the type of people that are on offer to employ?
Well, the people of Nottingham kind of meet with our ethos. They're hard-working, reliable. There's a plethora of employment within Nottingham, and we're looking to attract some of the best people in Nottingham to come and work for us.
So, U Energy bringing more jobs into Nottingham, but what's being done to attract more companies like them into the city? Let's hear now from the council.
So this is the canal site, and Nottingham 1, you can see just here, actually went into administration when it was being built, which showed you where the economy was then. It's now being completed, and it's going to house a lot of people who will be really important to the local economy, living in the city, working in the city. Very slowly we're starting to really rebuild the economy. It's not easy, but I think we have...
What incentives can the City Council offer businesses to come and invest here?
Well, we have access to finance now that we didn't have a couple of years ago. So we've got loan schemes, we've got grant schemes, we've got a big venture capital fund, 40 million. The city's never had anything like that before. And we've got a number of business support programs, accelerator programs that are really helping small businesses develop and plan and expand. We also have a grant technology fund, a £10 million fund that is really starting to help some of those SMEs develop and expand and take on employees. So, 3-4 years ago we had nothing like that. So it's been a big transition. It's been hard work getting it there. But I think now we can genuinely say that we've got an offer that can rival any city, actually. And that's so important because when we're trying to get big investments into the city, we have to compete with other cities. And if we can't say that we can offer more than them, we find those employers will go elsewhere.
So if I was an investor, what would make me come here rather than, say, Sheffield? What could you offer me?
Well, we have the best transport infrastructure in the country, I think. We're the most energy self-sufficient city in the country, so we have a modern economy. We want to see a really modern Nottingham developing over the next few years. We have support for business, we have access to finance, and we have lots of space that we didn't have a few years ago, buildings coming up all the time, and we have 2 fantastic universities, FE colleges, so we can supply the skills as well. So increasingly there is a really heady mix, if you like, that I think business are going to find attractive. And that's really important because, as you say, we're competing with Sheffield and Bristol and Newcastle and Leeds, and we want Nottingham to be the place that people want to come and invest. I think we can credibly say that we're ahead of the pack now. I'm not sure we could a couple of years ago.
What about the future? Have you got any big names who are coming here in terms of investment packages?
I couldn't tell you if we did, but yeah, we do.
Go on, try.
We're talking to quite a few different companies at the moment. We're going to see some big announcements over the next few weeks, actually. So there's lots.
In what sector? Can you give us a hint?
Well, our target sectors are tech, high knowledge sectors, and that's really where we're putting our resource at the moment. And so, yes, you will see some interesting names, I think, over the coming months and years, but you'll also see lots of SMEs, lots of small companies coming here, growing here, and actually that's where the future of the economy is. It's not credible anymore to say that we want a big employer that will employ 2,000-3,000 people like Imperial Tobacco used to do. That's not the way modern UK economy works. We have to build businesses and have lots and lots of SMEs who are going to deliver that growth.
What about jobs?
Well, we've identified we need to create 38,000 jobs over the next 5 years just to get back to pre-recession levels. So that's the scale of the challenge, and that's hugely difficult. And they're not going to come from 1 or 2 employees. We've got to be much more interventionist actually than we had to in the past. And cities that are able to do that are able to micromanage the different aspects of the local economy that need to be robust in order to grow. The cities that do that best will be the cities that grow the quickest.
Well, that's what the experts say. But why do you think businesses should move to Nottingham? What have we got to offer companies moving here? Why do you think businesses should move to Nottingham?
It's quite central, easy access to the motorway. It's an exciting answer. I don't know, I think it's easy to get to. There's quite a few big companies here already, which might attract other people. A variety of people, a lot of people come to the unis here, which are good.
Oh, it's a big town. I think it's nice town. Nice people I like.
There's a lot of culture in the city, a lot of music, lots of art and things like that. So I think that sort of can attract a certain demographic of people and businesses, I guess.
It is vibrant because when the kids are here at universities, we've got 2 universities, so the kids bring a different element to it. It's just got loads to offer. Old, young, whatever you want to do, it's here.
It's a nice place to be, it's near the M1. When the A453 is done, it'll be a lot better. But it's one of the biggest cities in the country, so yeah, it's awesome.
It's got a good nightlife. You just have to watch where you go.
Would that nightlife pull businesses in though?
Well, why not? Why not? Good for the hotels, I should imagine.
Here on Working Week, we like to bring you the unusual stories, and here's a long-eaten antiques restorer who's found Hollywood is calling.
I'm selling antiques and collectibles. I buy, restore where possible and sell antiques and collectibles, namely smalls, and mainly over the internet.
As the old saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And one man that proves that is new business owner Nathan Little.
Travel around the country to find these antiques and collectibles, whether it be vintage fairs, whether it be auctions, whether it be house clearances. I'll go wherever really.
Nathan finds items that he can revive and restore before reselling them online.
The most interesting about my new job is history and learning. It was never really an interest of mine at school, so it's all quite new to me. The research side, I quite enjoy doing, spend most of my time doing that, to be honest, probably too much time. So the interest is my favourite part of the job. The learning, travelling is also good. I enjoy travelling.
He says he wouldn't be where he is now without the support from the Prince's Trust. Sucky Vernon gives business advice and support after being matched as Nathan's mentor.
How's things?
Fine, thank you very much.
I spend a lot of time with Nathan. Sometimes it could be weekly, sometimes it could be monthly. And it's really just making sure that you're using your mentor for whatever you need them to do. So it could be help with signposting you to government agencies, or it could be just understanding a bit more about talking through problems or ideas that they might have.
Early 1900s piece, brass, copper plated.
And he's even had Hollywood knocking at his door.
Warner Brothers contacted me recently and they bought a pipe from me, and now they've given me a list of things that they want me to find, which is quite cool. I've sold something to a Daniel Radcliffe movie, which is coming out soon, Frankenstein. Look out for it. A button hook, don't know why I'm telling you that.
Now his props have hit the big screen, Nathan's next target is the high street.
Obviously I'm called Nathan's Little Shop, and I want to have a shop, but this isn't quite a shop yet. I can invite customers here, but I want a shop. But it won't be for obviously 10, maybe even 20 years, but I'll hopefully get one.
That's it for now, but don't forget you can catch all of our programmes on YouTube. Just type in Working Week, Notts TV.
And if you want to drop us an email, you can get us at news@workingweektv.com. News@workingweektv.com. And what a glorious day, Des.
Yeah.
Let's go and enjoy it.